Hi, welcome to SoCali Wrestling. Today we have one of my favorites coming from Vegas to SoCal, Killer Kross. How are you doing, Killer Kross?
I've been better.
I heard it's not it's a good day for you, a good day for the Kross.
I've had better days.
And then a disappointment loss you had. You kind of won by DQ, but
I don't know what we're calling this. This whole entire situation is ridiculous. I don't even know how to get into it. I'll answer your questions. I don't even want to talk about what just happened here.
Fair enough. As always, start with the show. Did you become a wrestler as a child, or did you became later on in adult years?
I became a professional wrestler 4 years ago. I've always wanted to be in this business to, contribute. I'm sorry, I'm just so pissed off at this thing. I wanted to contribute moments to people, like the people before me contributed moments to my life, being a fan, and compete in this ring. And be the best version of myself for the people coming in who want to see good pro wrestling.
Who are the people that kind of inspire you to be the wrestler you are as of today?
I'm going to answer that honestly. And you'd never really know unless you thought about it. Everyone always answers that question politically. Everybody always says Shawn Michaels is my favorite, or Ric Flair was my favorite, or this one particular guy was my favorite. I've never believed that anytime anyone has ever said that in an interview. I feel like they're trying to get a rub or attention from that person. There's been so many inspirational people in this business. To single it out to one person, I think you're absolutely out of your mind. But I'll tell you, there's a cluster of people that inspired me. Gary Albright was one of them. Dr. Death, Steve Williams, Kawada, Misawa, Kenta Kobashi, Kenta. A lot of Japanese influences. The United States, anywhere from Kevin Nash, Stone Cold Steve Austin, Brian Pillman, Sean O'Hare, Kurt Angle, Brock, The Rock, Batista. I've had a ton of inspirations. If you can't find ways to appreciate these people on a wider spectrum than one person, I think you're like a fucking robot created by Skynet and sent here with like a linear consciousness.
About to say, your character, it's not a character, it's your personality that's in the ring. Whoever you are outside the ring, it's the same way as you are inside the ring. Am I right?
I don't like to answer that question specifically or directly, because if people knew what I was really like in real life, I don't think they'd like it very much. I don't know. Maybe I'm just being overcritical of myself. I think what you're seeing in the ring is 100% authentic. Maybe in order to coexist with the rest of humanity, I have to scale that back a little bit when the bell hasn't rung yet, so to speak. I don't know how to say it. I've never really got an answer to that question.
To me, I kind of felt it's not a character. That is who you are out and inside the ring. You kind of have adrenaline, like you're passionate about it. Anything you do, you put 110%.
I would agree with that. I appreciate that. Thank you.
And the first time I saw you, I thought you were an intimidating person.
I don't mean to come off that way. My nature is my nature. I can't really change that. I try to be as approachable as possible. This is the best I can do. I don't really want your support.
To me, I kind of felt the aura as Minoru Suzuki from New Japan. To you, when that match starts, again, aggressiveness, adrenaline, 110%. That is hard hitting at its best.
Yeah, death.
And for you, it's carrying is to win.
Absolutely. I don't necessarily know if that's. Maybe it should be. I've always kind of thought about just very efficiently and effectively hurting people, and the rest just kind of takes care of itself.
And you love that pain that you see from others, just that in the ring. You kind of enjoy it.
I don't know. I think I do. Sometimes I'm not really sure. I just know that I need it. I need to see it. I need to see it.
And you don't. Do you recall anything of the matches that you've done inside the ring?
Everything. Every moment I savor it.
So So where do you start your wrestling academy? Wrestling school, I should say.
Future Stars of Wrestling Academy with Michael Modest, Disco Inferno, and a lot of the independent guys that were in Las Vegas at the time when I broke in. I got really lucky, actually. 2 guys from the Inoki Dojo, Remy Marcel and Jack Manley, Whirlwind Gentlemen, were actually at the school at the time. I think they still teach there as well. Getting to come up with, Iron Mike Modest from Noah, having Glenn, Disco Inferno, you can say whatever you want about them. They'll kick your fucking ass. You really will. If you really buy into this whole harmless dancing guy, you're getting worked. Glenn's a really tough guy, and he has really thick skin, and he's not bothered by anything anybody says about him. Having him as a mind to pick from and learn from, and yeah, just the Jack and Remy coming up the hard way with guys like Carl Anderson, trained by Shinsuke Nakamura, being able to learn from those guys coming into this and taking my combat sports background and learning how to integrate that into this was absolutely crucial. It's critical. I lucked out with being in a good place with a very good education.
True. Do you recollect of your first match when you started that wrestling business?
Oh, I remember it like it was yesterday. Yeah, it was at Sam's Town at the FSW anniversary show 4 years ago.
Were you kind of frightened, or were you like, hey, why were those
I wanted to get out there and beat the fuck out of as many people as I possibly could. That's all I wanted to do. And I'm still the same exact way. I haven't changed, and I don't think I ever will.
Fair enough. And other promotions outside of SW, you're coming from Maverick Pro, even including AAA. Can you talk about those 2 promotions?
AAA and what other company?
Maverick Pro Wrestling.
I love this company, Maverick Pro. Watching independent wrestling, some of the best professional wrestlers in the United States for wrestling in the California circuits. And I wasn't sure where I was at with how good I was before I got here to California. I didn't know if I could hang with these people, and Maverick Pro, with another company in Boyle Heights, gave me the opportunity to showcase what I could do in this ring in California against these guys. And when I was dive bombing them on their heads, just like I dive bombed everybody else on their heads from everywhere else, it was a very liberating feeling. I've always had a very high respect for the work ethic that California wrestlers have put in, all the way from Bryan Danielson, Samoa Joe, the old school Ring of Honor people, all the guys over the last 25 years, 30 years that have been wrestling in California. There's a different level of work ethic and a different expectation from the crowd here. And if you don't meet it, you don't belong here. So being here at Maverick Pro and being able to test myself, and endure what I have, and helping this company grow and contributing to it, it's been very fulfilling. As for AAA, I was undefeated there for 10 months. They didn't like it. They didn't allow me to cash my contract at Triple Mania. I was going to cash in the main event. Some political shit happened. They took the cash in the case away from me and never even said anything about it on TV. So I decided the very first television show after Triple Mania, I went out and I beat the living shit out of Dr. Wagner, Ray Wagner, who I also respect, but I had a point to prove. Ray is Scorpion and Psycho Clown. They're 3 top investments. I walked out there and I dropped each fucking one of them in 40 seconds. And I walked back up the stage to management and I said, see you later. And that was it for AAA. So I love AAA. I love performing and competing in Mexico, but they want to protect people from me, and I'm not about that. If a company is trying to protect people from me, this is a paradox that I can't psychologically handle. I can't fucking handle that. What's supposed to happen here is we're supposed to get in the ring, and whatever happens, happens. So if you're trying to dictate that and feed these guys tomato cans and you're trying to keep them up at the top and you're picking and choosing who you're going to shove down the throats of the audience, I'm not about that. I'm really not. And that's what they were about, so I fucking left. And I'll tell you right now, if management changes in AAA and I do wind up going back, there's going to be a fucking reckoning. because nobody's going to be able to stop me backstage from doing what I want to do to these people, which is whatever the fuck I want.
Actually, that's where I kind of first saw you, was at AAA.
Yeah.
Before it kind of went downhill, the same as like Impact.
It's their fault.
Which I could agree. Now they're kind of becoming more of a entertainment promotion, which I don't like. I prefer to be as the lucha libre that it once was before. Now I know you know the full history about it, but as me, I know the full history because I actually started from AAA. That is my passionate love for lucha libre before even American wrestling. But mentioning about another promotion, you just say Boyle Heights. Is that Lucha Underground you were kind of mentioning about?
Perhaps. I don't know how many companies are running in Boyle Heights, but there was one that I know of.
Is that one of the goals you want to be at Lucha Underground, or is there something greater than that?
Lucha Underground will be on television in June, I believe. I would encourage everyone to watch it.
You never know who will be at Lucha Underground.
You never know. Anyone can show up. It's an excellent program, and the competitors there are probably the best in the world, in my opinion.
Outside at the wrestling business, did you do any other sports? Did you do MMA? Did you do boxing? Did you do mat wrestling? Did you do track?
I did some stuff, but I don't like to really bring it up because it comes off as braggadocious, and I really have nothing to brag about. I did a little bit of stuff with bare knuckle boxing, which I don't encourage anyone to do. I did it, at the end of my teens and my early 20s, and just in retrospect, if I could have went back and did it all over again, I probably would not have done it. I did fairly well. I had a very good record. Always been involved with martial arts. I played football a little bit. I didn't really care about it. All I really wanted to do was hit and choke people. So you can't really do that in football. I mean, there's times to hit people, but that's not really what I mean. I mean, I really wanted to hit people. We came from a combat sports friendly family. It was part of our family culture. Lots of uncles, my father, my grandfather. It was just comfortable. Everyone in my family was comfortable with conflict. We had no flight mode. Everything was fight mode, always.
What would be the goal for Killer Kross for 2018?
Get on TV. I want to be in every single person's living room. I want someone to be able to turn on their television and be able to watch what I'm doing. We've done the internet now. People can watch me on the internet. They've been watching me on the internet for a long time. We need to get on TV. The problem is I've somehow gotten a very silly reputation of being a liability. These guys backstage are telling the promoters and the bookers that I'm fucking dangerous and I'm hurting people. It's like, well, what do you expect? That's what this is. You want to pussyfoot around here? I mean, people are coming in here, they're working 2 or 3 jobs and they want to see action. Give them what they fucking want. So, that word travels up. Everybody wants to be buddies. Everybody wants to be friends. Nobody wants to rely on their work ethic anymore. Everyone wants to politic. So, we'll see what winds up happening. Eventually, what will happen is one of these television companies will get really pissed off with some of the people on their roster, and that's when they'll call me. That's when everybody calls me when they want to get rid of somebody. I'm the guy they call. Believe me. I don't kiss and tell, but I've had a lot of conversations with people in this business in very high places that are sick of the fucking people they have on television on their rosters, and they're just waiting for the right time to bring me in. And they will. You'll see.
Which I cannot wait. I think I determined Killer Kross will be its own aura or its own entity, if I should say.
You'll all see.
For those who's the first-time listeners of Killer Kross, or those who are actually knowing you from the other independent wrestling, where can they follow you when it comes to social media?
KillerKross.com, Kross, KillerKross.com has all of my social media attached to it. There's a little bit of a working history on the page, media. Check it out. It's all for you.
Is it social media very important for a wrestler like yourself?
I think it is, because all independent wrestling is compared to commercialized wrestling, meaning the Mondays and Tuesday shows. So what do the Mondays and Tuesday shows have that the independent wrestling scene doesn't have? Massive budget, presentation, impeccable presentation. You can't rely on these small companies to present you in the way that commercialized wrestling is presented on Mondays and Tuesdays. They don't have the time, they don't have the money, they don't know how to do that stuff. So either you're going to teach yourself how to do it and be the best presentation of yourself possible, or you can keep working in bingo halls until you get fucking hurt and you can't do this anymore and you never make it to TV. Social media is very important. It allows you to connect with people. That's what all this is. All of this is connecting with people. If there were no people in this building, I wouldn't fucking be here.
Killer Kross, going to end this. Thank you for allowing me to interview you as one of my guests for the SoCali Wrestling, and hopefully we hear about you in bigger promotions or best things for you to come.
I appreciate it. I wish I could. You're a good dude. I respect you. I just, you saw what happened tonight, so, I can't wash that off. You know what I mean? I don't want to not do this with you. I said I was going to. I'm a man of my word. But what happened here tonight was fucking ridiculous. So we'll do it again on a better night.
Hopefully with, I would say, extra weight. Again, thank you, Killer Kross.
My pleasure. Thank you.